Hello and welcome to taik18. So now we are going to look into the first and last visual calculation. So what and how it actually works the way. And if I click here and then go to the format option and edit visuals, which is we have a calendar year, quarter and month and internet sales, and we have the year and as well as the first and last. So here what I use year's first month. So I use year's first month. Right now, the value which is showing up here, this is year and quarter and the months. And first internet sales, which is highest parent here. And if you look into this, the below one, which actually gives the information. In 2013, we have a first quarter, which is January, February, and March. And these are the three values. Out of these three things, we have just used this one year's first month, which is showing up here 27, the value which is 27,779 here. So, and all these columns, you see the same value because we are using the first and the highest parent. So here, if I edit this formula, we have what are the things which we have. So we have an expression, axis, blank, and reset. So expression is nothing but our formula, and axis is only this one is mandatory, others are all optional. So axis by default it will be row. If you want it by column, we can change it that accordingly, like we discussed in our previous videos. And blank is you can want to set up that true or false, and reset if you want to reset anything calculations on that. So right now I'm just using up here. We also have other functionalities here, which is axis and what we have it here, blanks reset, right? I just want to reset this at highest parent. So that's the one. So the reset option which I am used here. So I want to just reset at the highest parent. So that's the reason it is giving me the whole thing. And for 2013, it is showing up here 27,000. And if you scroll down, what we have the value for 2013 itself. So let's just remove any filters if it is applied. So let's go back to the report and yeah, remove these filters. Okay. So now if I go back again, or else we can also look into here itself, but it will be easier while looking into the formula. Okay. So here is the first one, which is highest parent. And now in 2011, which is showing up here for January 469824, it is carry forwarding everything to every quarter here. Now, if we move to 2012, this January we have 495 and it's changing the value and it is repeating the same for every year. Because at the moment, the highest parent is the year. So every year it is resetting up this value here. But if you don't do anything here, we just keep just internet set up the first thing, then it's going to return only the first value, which we have the data as of 2011, 469. It all depends on the filtration. So if we have filter year to be 2012 starting onwards, then it will show up here only for 2012 onwards, right? And the first month for that is January, so it will bring the data only from the January of 2012. Right now here in this case, 2011 January, so this is repeating everything, whole diagram here. I mean the whole chart visual here. Similarly, if I go back here and if I comma and it should be lowest parent, like we already discussed about that. So what is the level we need to set up here? I think I missed the bracket here. Yeah. Okay. So here the lowest parent is nothing but this area itself. So that's why the quarter, the quarter here is showing up here 469. It is resetting up here. So here also the 502 and it is resetting up here the value, and here it's a July is showing up the value here. That's clear. So now what if we look into the other one, which we have it here, the lowest parent. So that's what we are showing up here. One is the highest parent, another is lowest parent. This actually works in the same way. Like if we use this highest parent, and here if we want to use the last option, basically we have this option in the template, which is the first and last option. It is actually just comparing the first and the last word. If you want to do that, then also you can make use of that. It's as simple as that. So now just remember this one. The first value is 469. It is going to continuously the same thing. If I want to reset it at every lowest parent, for example, lowest parent, okay, and commit. So here we 502, and this is the last value, and this is the first value, right? Correct. So if you want to minus these things, then you can also just edit here, and you can use this option like internet sales minus the last value. So this is going to subtract this one. The last value is both of them are same, so that's why it is 0. And compared to that, we have a different value. So if you want to compare the beginning of the quarter to the rest of the quarter, or if you want to compare beginning of the year sale to the rest of the year sale, or December's year sale to this every month about to that, like January, February, March. If you want to compare, you can also do that using the first and last option in this one. Now this works fine, but how it will work if it is in terms of column here? So let me just remove this and rename this as kind of last month. So it will be easier. And for this, we'll rename this as the first month. All right. So both of them are lowest parent. Let me check again. Yeah, lowest parent itself. Correct. So now let's move this year and month in the columns area. Okay, let's go back to the report. Right now, this is showing up here internet sales and last and first here. So last, it is nothing, which is not showing up here, the lowest parent, because we don't have any category here. We have only one options in the column area. So that's the reason. But if you keep everything the same, and if I'd like to add two more additional categories, which is as usual, we can use English product category and subcategory into the columns. So let's rename it here as a category. And this here to be subcategory. All right. So if you look into this report, this is the last month and this is the first month. So this is the report we have. And 2011, we don't have much data and we just have information on the bikes category. So in the bikes category, we have 469, which is the first one, and 485 is the last month of this particular quarter. So it's working perfectly fine. But if this works fine in the column area, right? So we actually need to expand further level down in the column section. So I'm now expanding it here in the columns. So if we just select accessories and clothing, because that has a few data. So here we have, let's go to information on this particular thing. We have a bike race, bike rack and bike stand on the accessories part. It is 1560. And the first it is showing up here 1560, that is correct. And the 4200, it's actually this quarter, but I'm not sure about whether we have this value on to the right side, I mean, to the columns. But as I can remember, I have not added anything here exactly. So still it is working at the row level itself. But here, if you use the comma, we have option about axis. So I'd like to add it here as a columns and the lowest parent. Similarly, I need to also work for the first and last. So let's add a first to the top and the last can be last itself. And here also I need to add the column. All right. And then click on commit. So now let's go back to the report. Okay, so here 1560, which is showing up here for the first month. And the last month showing up here is 5370, which if I scroll down to the right side, which is first month. So let me highlight this one because still I'm got confused about that. So if you go to the format option and then specific column, internet sales. So let's display this background to be this light color. All right. So the value which is showing up here 1560, which is matching up here. That's perfect. And also for the bike stand, it is also showing up the same value, which is coming up from this one, which is bike racks here. The last value which is showing up here is 5370 and 17,000. That's the thing which I want to look here to the right side. And we have used the lowest parent, right? Yeah, exactly. So here accessories, we just need to stop till it starts from, yeah, you can see it here. This is the last month. We have the value 5370, which is the one showing up here. And this is 17346, which is also showing up here. Exactly. So the value is picking up perfectly fine. So each and every category level here. Now, if you want to change this as kind of column level, we can also make use of that. So that's pretty amazing. Like if you have a multiple categories and you want to compare one category to another category, then you can also do that. But for that, you need to sort the category as per your need. So you can also add additional table. Like here, I want to sort bike rack and bike stand to be first and bike rack to be the second option. Then I need to create additional column or I need to sort it by using a sort by column option. For example, subcategory name. I have option here on the top ribbon. We have a sort by column and I can sort it by product key or subcategory alternate key here. So if you do so, then it will be changed accordingly the numbers here. And then this will also change as per our need. That's pretty amazing. So this is how the first and last function works in visual calculations in Power BI. And also, if we look into this documentation, the first one, this refers to the first one, and this also refers to the last one. This is a detailed video about it. So if you like this video, just hit the big thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. But make sure to turn on the notification on your devices. Share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any queries and feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.